Niners surprised everyone and had a little impromptu Jimmy Garoppolo farewell press conference. It was supposed to be just John Lynch and Kyle. They spoke for about 45 minutes. Then Jimmy came on and just spoke. And it was funny. I don't know if you watched him, but John was like, and Kyle, especially Kyle, they're like, well, yeah, I mean, if all the cards are on the table, we could do whatever we could keep Jimmy. Who's to say? I mean, and then Jimmy's like, yeah, well, that we have to talk about that. And he was like, goodbye, fans, goodbye, media. Like he was really, I really looking forward to going somewhere that wants to win. It was like, well, he's saying goodbye. So it's clear that the team is trying to like maintain some leverage in a trade, but Jimmy expects to get traded soon. And I think he can get traded as soon as mid-March. What do you think?
Well, I think it happened sooner than that, right? Because didn't trades happen last year?
You could agree to a trade, right?
Yeah, it gets agreed and it'll break out and
they can agree to a trade today.
Right. It just won't physically it won't happen until March, but
and they could renege. They could be like, actually, we changed our mind, but that doesn't often happen.
No, because it's bad business.
It is.
If you agree to a trade, it's going to happen.
Right. So Jimmy Garoppolo saying goodbye. What do you think the Niners get for him? I mean, really, do you think that his trade value went up this year? A lot of people seem to think it was. And I think what they said was the Niners could have had a second for him last year, and they turned it down. No, they said a third or a second. What was it? A second or a third?
I thought it was a second. But...
They could have had a second. They turned it down, and they wanted a first. They were intent on getting a first. Are they going to get that first round pick for Jimmy Garoppolo?
I don't think so. I mean, I'll be floored if they get a first for Jimmy Garoppolo. I will feel a lot better about how the season went and playing him. It'll provide some value. We've talked about it in the show before. I thought the move was to play Trey and see where it goes because he needed experience. But if they play Jimmy and they end up getting a first round for him, they'll still think you should have played Trey, but it'll make me feel better about it.
Okay. It seems that Vish has brought this up, and he says that Jimmy Garoppolo should do what Tannehill did, where he went from Miami to the Titans originally as a backup to back up Mariota, and then eventually just took over because he was better than Mariota. And it was interesting. Do you remember what the Titans got Tannehill for, what they acquired him for, or what the Dolphins got in exchange for Tannehill? Do you remember?
I don't. It wasn't much, was it?
Miami traded Tannehill and a 6th round pick in exchange for Tennessee's 4th and 7th round picks. They got a 4th and a 7th, and they traded Tannehill in a 6th.
What was Tannehill's? What was his salary?
Probably pretty high, I would imagine. Not. Hold on, Tannehill over the cap. I can get that in 2 seconds. Boom. History. Back then, you were making. I mean, he was making $20 million in 17. He made $8 million. It wasn't even that much. It was cheaper. He was still cheaper than Jimmy. And all they got was a 4th and a 7th. They had to throw in a 6th of their own. To me, that's what Jimmy's worth. If they get more than the Tannehill deal, I will give them a stiff golf clap because I'm expecting the Tannehill deal.
And I would not eat any of his salary. Like I don't care what
rather cut him
or whatever. No, yeah. I'd cut him.
They're not good enough at drafting to be like, we need to get that 3rd round pick. Why? So you can take Trey Sermon again?
Well, it's not like that. It's like you've got a bunch of guys. Like, would you rather have a 1st round pick or re-sign Jaquiski Tartt or re-sign, like some of these guys?
If they get a 1st round pick for Jimmy Garoppolo, someone has to get it. They should just win Executive of the Year right there. Right there. The year starts. So goodbye, Jimmy Garoppolo. At least he was honest in his exit interview.